This video is brought to you by Big Owl Lubricants.
Big Owl Lubricants. Go big Owl. Okay, folks, Bob here. It's another day. Like I said, I got the fender on, as you saw in the previous video, and I think what we can do on this fender is all these little low spots, I think, are just a matter of sanding. I think we can sand most of this stuff out. I went on and put a little skim coat on it, but I believe we can sand most of that out. I'm not worried about that. Right now, we're going to move on to other things, and one of those things I'm going to move on to is door hinges. But I got the battery. It's got dual batteries in it. I got one of the batteries on the charger. Trickle charger here, 6 amp. I'll let it on 6 amp for a little while. It's the big one in the back. And then the reason I did that is I'm going to pick up a car tomorrow. At least I think I am. I did an online bid on it, and the online bidding closed, and I was the winner of the online bidding, but they're going to have 1 day of live bidding, in-person live bidding, which is today, and I can't get there today. So I'll find out this afternoon if I won that auction or not, and I'll tell you what it is. It's a 1969 Dodge Coronet. It's a 4-door, and originally I was going to buy it just for parts, for all the B-body stuff I run into out here. But I don't know. We'll look at it when it gets here. We may do something with it. We're not going to restore it. We are not going to restore it, I can tell you that. I got this thing right here is taking up 40 hours of my work hours a month. I just have no time to restore a car. And I got all these other projects. I got the Magnum and the Diplomat, as you see out there, and the Studebaker and the Barracuda and the red Barracuda. So yeah, there's one around back too. So what I'm gonna do today is hinge pins. May have bought the wrong ones. Bought 2 different kind. I got these part numbers from somebody, but I was looking at a video last night on YouTube, and he was using a different part number. But I don't know. I'm gonna try this one for this pin here, this hinge here. But this one here will be for the lower. So I'm gonna knock this pin out and see if we can get these bushings to ring these holes out to get these bushings to press in, and see if we can't get that done today. Be back with you when we get that done. Okay, that was a piece of cake. Came right out. And look at the play this thing has in it. See if I can get you in there focused. You can see a gap in there. Look at that. And the same at the top. It's not as bad at the top, but it is a lot of play in the bottom there. This one here was not as bad. It's tighter, top one. So let me, I'm gonna put a bushings in this one here and see if that gets to play out. Okay, folks, I got them drilled out, and the top one here, or actually, this is actually the bottom, so the bottom of the hinge, but for our purposes, it'll be the top, and I can almost get that bushing to go in. It won't quite go down in there. Probably need to take a file and just kind of file around this edge and maybe chamfer it just a little bit. If that don't work, I got my old handy heat gun here. I'm gonna put a little heat on it and see if it'll drop in, and then of course when it cools off, it'll tighten it up. The one on the bottom is still a little tight, so I'll flip it over and file it. Do the same kind of principle. Maybe have to file it just a little bit more though. So let me go get a rat tail file and a flat file. Flat file across the top, and a rat file just kind of chamfer it a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Okay, folks, I got both of the bushings installed, and used the heat gun to get it hot enough where the bushing would just tap in easy, and my heat gun quit working. So I had to break out my Sears 1000 hair curler. That's my backup when my heat gun dies. And it wouldn't work either for a while, and then it started working. So I don't know if I got a problem with the wiring circuitry or something. If the heat gun overloaded something, I checked. All the resets are good, so I'm not sure what. This thing started working again. It quit working, started working, and it goes pretty good. But anyway, I got them in, so let me see if I can finish putting this thing together. Okay, folks, it is in. The little splines went down into this part of the hinge right here. The bushings are in, and like I said, the heat gun messed up on me, but they should, once it gets cold, it should tighten those bushings up. This thing is tight, it barely turns now, so I put some lube on it, that helped it a little bit. So it'll have to break in, but as you can see, it's too long. They don't make a hinge repair kit for this car. So like I said, I was watching a YouTube video. This is what the guy said he used. And I didn't put bushings in the top because I don't think he did, if I remember correctly. He was complaining about the bushings, having to drill them out and all that. And I was thinking he was saying if the pin goes through tight, you don't need to worry about the bushings. Obviously on this piece here, it was real loose, so we had to drill it out and put to fit the new bushings. So bushings on just this half, no bushings on this half. It's plenty tight. We're gonna try that and see what happens. And if it don't work, I can take it back apart and put the bushings in it. I'll hang on to the bushings. But I'm gonna cut this off and probably put a little dimple on it where it won't pull back out, and reinstall it. And if you're wondering about all the holes, this is a race car, so we Swiss cheese it. As a matter of fact, I may get the grinder and come here and grind a little bit more. Let's make it just a little bit better. And then maybe not. This is the driver's side. I don't know, I'll knock a little bit off. It ain't gonna make a hill of beans, but it all adds up, I guess. Okay, folks, as you can see, it's installed. And it opens and closes really good. It's a little tight. It's a little tight right there, stiff. I put some spray on it. She is tight. You watch the movement of it. It ain't I'm shaking the whole car, and that hinge ain't moving a bit. So, and I cut it off. You can barely see the tip sticking right through there. I got my fingertip right on it. So, yeah, she should be good. I kind of chafed the end of it so it won't pull back out. I hope it don't pull back out. With the splines that go through this metal part of the hinge, I don't think it will, but she is definitely tight. She doesn't seem to want to move any at all. So just fixing that one upper hinge and putting those two bushings in made that difference there. Closes good, it's just tight, so that'll break in, I hope. I don't think we need to do the lower hinge. I'm good with that. Like I said, it'll wear in, it'll break in. The driver's door gets all the attention. All right, folks, I'm in the process of rearranging my shelving here, so kind of got a mess. Let me get back on that. Consider the hinge done.